Hey everybody, it is me, Michael Curtis, Director of Product Development for Dungeon Crawl Classics, and I am here with,
Brendan LaSalle, creator of Xcrawl, at your service.
and joining with us down below is the Xcrawl Rulebook, and we are here to
Woo!
talk to you briefly about Xcrawl Classics, which is going to be hitting the game stores later this month and is currently being fulfilled if you were a backer of the original Kickstarting campaign. So I'm going to be paging through the book. Brendan,
Mm.
why don't you give us the lowdown on what Xcrawl is and what makes it different from every other role-playing game out there on the market?
I absolutely. So Xcrawl is a setting for the Dungeon Crawl Classics role-playing games, and it is essentially, in a nutshell, it is dungeon crawling in the social media age. So this is modern times where they run, as you see here in this picture, they run dungeons as a spectator sport in large arenas. Teams are like NASCAR teams where they try to win sponsorships, work the crowd, and get huge. It has all of the elements that you would expect from a standard dungeon crawl: monsters, treasures, traps, hazards. But it's all done in front. It's all done in this artificial, but no less lethal for it dungeon, where you're also expected to be on your way to becoming huge celebrities. So you have to work the crowd. You have to, work on your personal brand. You have to work your followers and stay in constant contact and all of that.
Mhm.
But mostly what it is, it's fun. This is a really fun RPG that has a lot of different elements. You can play it on a lot of different levels, but it definitely is. If you've been interested in doing some dungeon crawling action in modern times, I highly recommend you check it out.
Right, right.
Oh, look at Brad's work.
We'll be getting into this a little bit more as in future videos, but off to the start of this, we just will say, for example, the game does introduce 10 new classes, which is actually a little bit more because the specialist, there's a lot of variants over there. There's
Yes.
like 8 or 10 different variant classes of the specialist. So the specialist is kind of the thief character, but some of
Hmm.
the commandos and criminals and all the rest of that stuff. So yeah, so all new classes, messengers, something like the cleric stuff, specialist, as I said, kind of thievish type. But it does use the Dungeon Crawl Classics game mechanics. So all of
Hmm.
this theoretically is usable in anything that uses powered by DCC. No.
Completely crossoverable.
So that is very useful because, for example, in addition to new character classes it introduces, it also introduces a bunch of new spells. I believe, if my
It's
math,
a
how many new spells?
it's more than 60
More,
new spells. Yeah.
I think
Mhm.
one or two, or might have appeared like in like the previous ones, like I think Arcane Affinity or something like that. I think one of the gnome spells is, but everything else is all tied into it, and some of them are even copyrighted.
Absolutely, yeah. Imagine if your wizard has their name on a spell. Shouldn't they get paid for that? That's the X crawl approach. It really celebrates dungeon crawling as a capitalist exercise.
Hmm. And as you can see here, for example, this Xcrawl is a standalone game. So unlike where some of the other games were required you to own DCC or in the DCC rulebook, this is the entire thing. For example, here I am in the combat section. It explains the way that combat works in Xcrawl, and we have our critical tables and our fumble tables, and so awesome stuff here. And so anything that is found here, you can get playing with just this book in front of you, kind of like what you can do with Dungeon Crawl Classics. So Xcrawl introduces a couple of new elements. I think we'll be getting those in those. But for example, there is fame, and
Mhm.
fame, it plays a very important role in Xcrawl.
Absolutely. You got a fame score that you're always trying to work on, and that registers how hot your character is, how much heat you have going into it. And fame in a campaign, fame is everything. It's what it will determine what events you get invited to, and how much money you make, and the different kind of sponsorships you get. Your interaction with fame, you can actually you can burn points of fame. You can fame burn in order to make cool things happen for your character. So you can burn a point of fame to be instantly recognized in a public place. Pretty powerful, if
Right.
you're playing the in a campaign style game.
So, for example, some of the new spells, we have like Blaze Weapon right here. We have Cyclone Blast, all these second level second level blaster spells, which are basically the equivalent of the wizard class, but somewhat slightly different because the rules of Xcrawl are different for the
Yes.
society's rules that influence whatsoever. But I do want to point out is that Xcrawl, it comes with the rules for, is it here or is it a little bit five? I think it's a little further on, but five new patrons, five new patrons,
Yes.
fully statted up. This looks like a patron section to me. So,
Yep.
so here we are, supernatural patrons, including the amazing Rando, one of my favorites from
Thanks. Yep.
and of course, so you have the patron spells, you have the spell burn, you have corruption, all of this up.
Hmm.
Circe, there is a heavy Grecian Grecian and Roman element through it. So
Hmm.
the classics like Circe or Medea, the
Oh.
awesome famous and Prometheus, the flame the bringer of flame. So all sorts of fun stuff that we use adapted for your DCC games, and no DCC game would be incomplete without monsters. No, we have
Yeah.
brand new X-Crawl monsters. And how many roughly of those do you think we have there?
It's at least it's more than there are more than 50 new monsters that are included in the core book.
Uh-huh. So everything from sorry, from the from cave dragons to dire sharks with laser beams, right? So
Yes.
everything, you're gonna hell puppets, so twilight squids, trench hydras, all sorts of fun stuff.
Oh
And of
yeah.
course, no DCC book would be complete without clickable starting adventures. So
Yep.
this includes a zero level funnel and a first level X crawl adventure. So you have
Absolutely.
Xcrawl Got Talent is our zero level funnel, and
Hmm. By the
then
amazing Valerie Emerson.
we roll right into that into Brendan's adventure, which is in Grind City.
Absolutely. Yeah. By yours truly.
In addition to this, the Xcrawl is not lacking support. There are 7 published adventures which are going to be available at the same time that this is. So that will
Hmm.
take you, they're from levels from 0 to 5 or 0.
0 to 5.
Yeah, zero
Exactly
to
right,
5.
my friend.
And then we are also currently working on 2 adventures right now, so we'll have 2 more things coming up. And in the future, in just a couple of months, we will be having the first issue of Xcrawl Insider, which is basically our kind of our magazine style supplement, which includes material not only written by people like Brendan and the Goodman Games crowd, but also backers and fans as well. So so if you turn out you love Xcrawl and you say, hey, I want to help, I have some neat ideas. Xcrawl Insider is the way to go. I don't want to show this too much. There's also awesome art and everything, but don't look at that if you plan on doing that adventure. So,
Spoilers.
so and of course, the entire world of Xcrawl is done the entire setting itself because it is very specialized, kind of a dystopian society, a dystopian North America, modern day, but in all sorts of fun background that makes it interesting. So it straddles the line between the ridiculous and the sublime.
Just like me.
So as awesome cover art. The cover was done by Doug Kovacs, back cover
Hmm.
by Stefan Pogue, and written by this guy right here. So,
Absolutely.
so that's the overview of Xcrawl. We're going to be publishing a couple more videos this month, which we will dive a little further into the contents of it. So, but that's all you need to know now about Xcrawl. So, any final words for the people at home, other than they should go out and buy it immediately if they've not backed it or they've not pre-ordered it. So,
I really appreciate everyone just taking this time to take a look at my funky campaign world, and I hope that if you check it out, that you like it, and if you like it, you play it. If you play it, you have an incredible time because I've really enjoyed working on it, and I hope you enjoy playing it just as much.
all right, we'll see you in a little while with some more information about Xcrawl.